We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago Cubs and the Baltimore Orioles. The Cubbies are riding an 8-game win streak. They'll try to run it to 9 next. Cole Stewart, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's really struggled lately. ERA over 5 in his last 3 starts, so he's going to have to really improve on that one. Too many base runners, too many hits, and too many walks. He needs to get off to a good start and maybe throw up a 0 in the first inning.
Into the box now, Chris Bryant. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First pitch of the at-bat. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Guys, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight, they continue to fall on hard times, losing again last time out, and that makes 7 losses in their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, D-Row, talk about a team that's scuffling right now. I had a chance to talk to the manager before the game. He's not happy. The players aren't happy.
Yeah, and just a malaise has kind of come over this clubhouse. We had a chance, like he said, to walk through it a little bit. The boys are not jumping around. This is a big game today.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. And we'll see some 40s before things are said and done tonight. Right now, 51 degrees at first pitch. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Left side of the infield into the shift. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. What do you think they need to do to keep the winning streak a-rolling, D-Row?
Matty, I know I'm stating the obvious, but the middle of the order has to come through today. You got guys that are playing way above their pay grade on the periphery, and it's time for them to look and see the big boys do their job.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. And that is through into right field for a single.
Batting third, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
And that brings up Javi Baez as he'll go after the first pitch and line one into right field for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Batting fourth.
Hey, a little top of the order lightning right here, Dan. The second and third guys in the batting order throw knocks out there, and now you're staring a monster in the face.
D-Row, this is just what you don't want to face as a pitcher, right? You get the 2 and 3 hole guys up, and all of a sudden now it's 4, 5, and 6 going to have to get through the meat of this tough batting order.
And that's in there for strike 1. Happ at second. Baez is over at first with 1 away. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Big strikeout for the second out there, but he's not out of it yet. We'll see if he can feed off that K, wiggle out the jam, and keep this game tied.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward as he'll take a look at ball 1. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. Here's the 1-0. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Hayes on the run for it. But he can't get there as this hops over the wall for a ground rule double. And a bit of a break on defense as only 1 run is going to score.
Really unfortunate there. Obviously, the runner at second base was going to score easily, but it's possible they could have waved the runner around from first as well. We'll never know, though, as he's forced to hold the runner at third because of the ground rule double.
1-0 the count. 1-0 count. The pitch. His eyes lit up on that one above the zone, but he comes up empty.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. Bottom of the first coming up, and the Cubs have an early 1-0 lead. John Lester, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Oh, he snares it. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. D-Row, what's your take as they look to end their losing streak?
Yeah, Matty, a lot of professional at-bats up and down this lineup. I know they're behind right now, but it only takes one guy to set the tone and get the boys going.
And digging into the batter's box will be Hanser Alberto, as Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they have certainly had it going lately, winners of 8 in a row.
I'm super excited, Matty, to watch this team play today because it's rare. You don't see many teams rattle off 8 wins in a row like they have. It's all working for them right now, and I'm super excited to watch them take the field today.
Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Line toward the gap in left center. Schwarber comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 2. And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ballgame last night. Starts him out with a cutter, and he gets him to swing through it. 1 strike. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
2-pitch mix here. If you're in the batter's box, you're looking for something up. Sinker changeup right here. Got to get it up.
Just a touch outside. 1-2. Popped him up. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. New inning set to get underway. In now, Anthony Rizzo. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
Two balls and no strikes.
Pitching isn't always about getting everyone out. Sometimes it's about being smart and knowing when to pick your battles. He's been really careful with this hitter so far, and rightfully so.
3-0 now.
Count 3-0.
The pitch. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
So striding in, Steven Souza. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He's set. Here it comes. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
Into the box now, Nico Horner, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a ball pulled foul into the lower level and left. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Catch is made near the line. Here comes the runner from third. And the run is in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Great work to do a job right there. He's not a big power bat, so he was looking to get a fly ball to the outfield and give his guy at third a chance.
Standing in, Chris Bryant. Second appearance here. He grounded out to start the ball game. From the stretch. Down the left field line and deep. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. 1 out and a runner on third. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes.
Let's go, Orioles!
0-2. Here it comes.
Nope, outside.
Definitely a strikeout situation here with the runner on third, so that's smart. Trying to make him chase that slider out of the zone.
2-2.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
At the plate, Ian Happ, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Happ is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away from him goes right into his bat path.
The 2-0 on the way. In there, 2-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Hard hit ball to second. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Wow, and the hits just keep piling up for them. Take a look at the numbers here. That's already 6 hits, and we're only in the second inning. We'll see if they can keep this up as the innings go on.
Here's Javier Baez.
He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
Still only one out in the inning. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
Number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2-ball, 2-strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
Here's the 2-2. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Great job to keep your hands back and not fully commit. The body was out in front on a great changeup right there, but he was able and strong enough to keep his hands back.
And that's low, ball 4.
2 ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk, but if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Bases are loaded here with one away. And stepping up to hit next, the catcher Wilson Contreras. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Heading out towards shallow right. Mancini has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. Play at the plate, and he's out. A great throw. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. On now to the bottom of the second. Cubs lead it 3-0. Ready now for Baltimore, Renato Nunez. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Now the first pitch here from Lester. And this is low, ball 1.
Love the early lead, but this game is far from over. Got to stay on top of what you're trying to do out there and execute pitches.
Fly ball heading for the alley. On the move is Hayward, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. And the Orioles are in business here. It's a leadoff double.
That was a pretty good fastball, and it almost got by him, but he's able to snap it in the gap in the right center field. Because of the velocity off the bat, the outfielders couldn't cut it off in time and allowed him to cruise into second really easy.
Anthony Santander the next to bat. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. And there's the good fastball from Lester as he jumps ahead. No balls and a strike. And he takes strike 2.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-hole hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Happ scoops it up, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let's focus on Anthony Rizzo. Not only a Gold Glove winner, this guy has won a Platinum Glove, bailing out his infielders time and time again with his soft hands and feel for the game.
Austin Hayes the next to bat. No balls and a strike to count. 1 out and a runner on second base. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Two and 1. All even now, 2 and 2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
That was aggressive pitching in that at bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
Standing in now, Ramon Urias, as he'll lay off a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. 2 out here and a runner at second. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Lester sets. 2-0 on its way. Looked like that swing was in slow motion. 2-1.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
The 2-2. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. Looking up is the left fielder, and that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Second home run early in the year, and the Orioles have cut it to 1. It's now a 3-2 ball game.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
Pedro Severino digs in at the plate. As Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. They'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball.
It's a perfect example of why guys struggle right here. You watch highlights every night of guys hitting home runs, and I'll show you mislocation. That catcher was set up away, and he missed all the way inside.
The 1-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. But the Orioles strike for 2 thanks to the 2-run home run. We've played 2. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back to Baltimore as we send you down to check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
Thank you, Heidi. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Hayward, or often just J-Hay. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
2-0 count, and the pitch. To short. And Hayward has a base hit.
That's the cat and mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count leverage, you think you're getting a heater, he throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute. That fires me up right there.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0.
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
And he fouls this one off. Three and 1 to the Cubs left fielder. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. Ready on 3 and 1. Here it comes. And that misses for ball 4. And it's 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Now to the plate, Anthony Rizzo. He drew a walk his first time up. From the belt, the pitch. Line to the right side. That's in there. Base hit. He'll come home with it. The tag, but it's not in time at the plate as he scores to make it 4-2.
Everything done right, Dan, on both sides, the defensive side and the offensive side, to send him, and the outfielder made a strong, accurate throw, but that runner was safe.
No doubt about it. That's one of those where you got to be aggressive as a third base coach. You know the outfielder has a strong throwing arm. You're taking a lot of things you're trying to get through a decision to send. A good send in a close play, but it all worked out.
And he takes ball one. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. 1-0 count. Here it is. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Two and one now to Steven Souza. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Runners are at first and third with none out. Too high, and that cost him ball 4.
And that's 2 free passes in the third inning alone. So you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
So digging in now, Nico Horner picked up an RBI on a sac fly in his first appearance.
Yeah, and what do you know, Matty? Situation presents itself again. Don't try and do too much. Look for something elevated and drive it into the outfield. When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
Tight spot, bases loaded, nobody out. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1. Now the 2-1 pitch.
I got 3-1. 3 balls.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
The 3-1 sent out to straightaway center field. Hayes is there. Let's see if they try it. And the throw comes in, and all 3 runners are forced to hold on with 1 away now.
Now batting.
So it's bases loaded, 1 away, and into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what is he doing? He shows up, Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Ground ball left side. Alberto gloves it. The tag gets 1, and a close play at second, but the throw does beat him, and the side is retired. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Cubs 4 and the Orioles 2. Chris Davis at the plate now, and he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Like that pitch there, lefty on lefty matchup, curveball away to a lefty, smart pitch.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold. 0-2.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second, with a punch out, one away. And with one away, today, of course, Jackie Robinson Day around Major League Baseball. We had a nice ceremony before the game in honor of number 42, as his legacy lives on to this day. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jose Iglesias. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. So far this year against southpaws, Iglesias is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Matty, he struggled this season against left-handed pitching, but maybe a little shot of confidence with the manager putting him in the lineup today.
Lester's 2-0 home. Grounded back up the middle. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit.
You know, D-Roll, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty, maybe this could get this guy finally going.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good that had to feel right there. There's moments where you slap that donut off your bat, you don't even want to walk to home plate. You're scuffling so bad.
Laid off, but a called strike as that caught the outside. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. And he looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
Hey, now he's got me confused up here. This is a known sinker baller out on the mound trying to roll a double play, and he throws him a four-seamer.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it, like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
And Rizzo able to make the catch, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Orioles. Still down by a count of 4-2. Striding into the box, Ian Happ. 2 base hits, both singles to this point.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
Drilled to the right side. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Well, Matt, as we take a look at his line here, he might not know all the specifics, but he knows he hasn't been pitching all that well in this one. Sometimes it happens. You start a game and never completely get into that rhythm. Seems to be the case here.
To the plate now, Javier Baez. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. It was a walk in his last trip. Fly ball right down the line in left. Left fielder giving chase. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting, catcher, Wilson Contreras.
So a runner at first with 1 man gone, and Wilson Contreras digs in at the plate. From the belt, the pitch. Oh, it's hit to third. 5. There's 1. On to Davis for a side retiring double play. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. In now for the O's, Renato Nunez. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once in AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
Fouled away. Hit high and deep out to left field. Left fielder looking up, still going back. And that one is gone. shot here to left. 6th home run on the season for him as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
I can tell you one thing. You might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
And now Anthony Santander. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. No outs, nobody on. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Count still full, 3-2. Another full count pitch home. High and deep down the left field line. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. Payoff pitch one more time. Grounded to first. A dive, and he knocks it down. On the recovery throw is in time to get the out at first. What a heads-up play.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Stepping in, Austin Hayes. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. And that's taken for strike 1.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. The 1-1 home. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
2-2.
Line toward the alley in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
The second baseman, Loopard.
Into the box now, Ramon Urias, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Urias, the native of Mexico. This is his first year at the big league level. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1.
That's a great call right there. Fastball away with a guy who's got some jets on first base. Almost like a hybrid pitch out. Great for a catcher if that guy's running. Easy transfer throw to second base.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air to shallow center. Here comes Souza. He gets there, and that's the second out. So stepping in, Pedro Severino. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. He's set, and the pitch. No balls and 1 strike. To third. Happ picks it up. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Orioles draw closer on the home run. We're through 4. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Brandon Bailey, 5'10" right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 42, Brandon Bailey.
Here's Jason Hayward now.
Leading off the cut, the right fielder, Jason.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Fouled off. The 0-1 is a fastball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike two. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
Well, he's a youngster. You can see he's a little nervous out there. Some people call it butterflies, but to him it probably feels like pterodactyls are flying around in his gut. Going to be interesting to see if he can settle down here.
Coming to the plate now, Kyle Schwarber. It was a walk in his last trip. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Count 1-0.
Now the 1-0.
That's in. Ball 2.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Now the 2-0 home.
Ball, that's 6 out.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Here it comes, the 3-0. Hit well on the ground to first. To Iglesias for 1. On to first, and yet another double play. Their 4th of the night, and there are quickly 2 gone here.
The first baseman, Anthony.
So base is empty now after the double play. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. And right into the shift. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs are down quietly, and it remains a 4-3 game. Digging in for his second at-bat, Chris Davis. He's a strikeout victim in his first try. Now the pitch. Davis, who's often called Crush Davis. He was a 5th-round pick during the first-year player draft of 2006.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hot shot to third and handled for the first out. Back to the top of the Oriole lineup now, and stepping in, Jose Iglesias. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Slow curveball at 74, in for a strike. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Souza is under it, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Hanser Alberto.
Standing in, Hanser Alberto. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Grounder down the line at third.
Happ brings it in.
And a leap over at first, but he comes down with his foot on the bag to record the out. Whew. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Stepping into the box, Steven Souza. He's set to lead us off in the 6th inning.
Steven Souza Jr.
First offering on its way. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Hayes is in his tracks now, and he's got it for the first out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Nico Horner.
Stepping into the box, Nico Horner. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Hayes is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Chris.
Striding forward now is the DH, Chris Bryant. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Got him fishing that time. 0-1. 4 runs, 9 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Fooled with the curveball there, and it's strike 2. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Now at the plate, Trey Mancini. He'll get things started here in the second half of the 6th.
The right fielder, Trey.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A ball and no strikes. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Souza is under it. 1 away.
The batter, the designated hitter.
And here's Renato Nunez. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at-bat. That last at-bat, that was a changeup he hit for a home run. I'm going to see if this time they don't go to more fastballs and curveballs.
Hard on the ground towards short. That's through, a base hit, and he's got his 3rd hit of the game.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get a triple.
You've said it, Dero. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Here's the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward has a read on it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, center fielder, Austin.
Now at the plate, Austin Hayes. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Has a look, now the pitch. In there at the knees, 0-2 now.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
And a breaking ball's bounced out towards second. He's got it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Orioles lead 1. They still trail it here 4-3. Michael Rooker is on the pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
The Orioles, number 42, Michael.
Digging in the switch hitter, Ian Happ, trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
Leading off for the Cubs,
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Ian
This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
At the plate, Javier Baez. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. And now a pitch on the way.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. We're in the 7th inning now of a 4-3 ball game. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats. And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Wilson Contreras. He was a double play victim last time around.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least, so you know he wants to make up for it right here.
Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. Ripped down the line, but a foul ball. 1-1.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now. 1-2.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
Oh, and there's the good curveball as he's set down on strikes for the 2nd time here tonight.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. If you could spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
So now to the plate, Jason Hayward, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. And a big swing by Hayward, but this is on the ground to second. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for the Cubs, but they hang on to a 1-run lead, 4-3. Ramon Urias will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. First offering on its way. In there for strike 1, 0-1. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Here it comes. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone of protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Standing in now, Pedro Severino. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Hit out towards second. Scooped up. And there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Orioles, the first baseman, Chris Davis.
Digging in once again, Chris Davis. A strikeout and a line out for him so far. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
One and one, the count to Chris Davis.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
The 1-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
1-2.
Curveball locks him up. Strike 3, and that's the third out. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. Score holds at 4-3. Richard Blyer has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 42, Richard.
So in now for Chicago, Kyle Schwarber. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8.
The left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Here comes the first pitch. Schwarber connects and sends a ball to deep right field. And wow, that got out onto Utah Street. A solo home run for Kyle Schwarber. Home run number 5 on the year, and it's now 5-3.
And you know who's the happiest about that insurance run right now? The guys in the bullpen. They can now breathe a little easier knowing they have a bigger cushion to work with to close this one out.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate as he overcommits here to a slider out of the zone. 1 strike to count. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Ready with the 0-1. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. Base is empty here with nobody out. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. So now 1 gone here in the Chicago 8th, and that'll bring up the outfielder Steven Souza Jr. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Blyer benefits from the fact that he throws a lot of strikes, doesn't walk many batters. However, there have been occasions where he's been hit around a bit.
And that's one of the keys when you're managing a guy like this. If he's on, you're going to see him attack hitters, and when he's not, he's more prone to giving up base hits, so you have to have the bullpen ready if it's one of those days that he doesn't have it.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next 2 guys. Sometimes you're going to get taken deep, but it's all about how you respond that really matters.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
0-1's the count.
Good downward action there, and it's 0-1. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without any further damage.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Santander will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's now 5-3 Chicago. Dan Winkler will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
Number 42, Dan Winkler.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Jose Iglesias. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Popped him up. Happ in foul ground. 1 out. The Cubs are into their bullpen now as there are the final numbers for their starter. And he was really in command on the mound throughout the evening.
One of the big keys to having a good pitching performance is not being afraid to throw the ball into the strike zone. And this guy certainly wasn't in this one. Didn't allow a walk all game long.
At the plate now, Hanser Alberto. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. Souza is there. 2 gone.
Up next, the Orioles. The right fielder,
Digging in to try it again, Trey Mancini. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Count is 1 and 2.
And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. Frozen on the fastball. Never had a chance, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Sean Armstrong enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Here's Chris Bryant now. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day.
off for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Chris Bryant.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that misses 1-1.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on its way. And it's fouled away. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
First delivery to him on the way. Ian Happ comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And now pitch on the way. Count even now at 1-1. And now pitch on the way. His eyes lit up on that one above the zone, but he comes up empty.
I'm interested to watch this next pitch right here. He got a swing on a high fastball. I wonder if he's going to pull the old Plesac and climb the ladder.
Outside, that's the ball.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. So coming to the plate, Javier Baez will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Starts him out with a fastball too low for ball 1. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Davis will put this one away, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, and it remains 5-3. Craig Kimbrell is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth.
Number 42, Craig Kimbrell.
Digging in and looking for more, Renato Nunez. It was a single for him in his last at-bat.
Hey, not an easy thing to do to try to come back and tie a game or take the lead off of a guy like this, one of the game's elite closers.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And the knuckle curve freezes him as he becomes out number 1.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and it backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
In now, Anthony Santander, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he fouls this one off. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2.
As a hitter, you got to be staunch in your game plan. You know he has a nasty changeup, and you got to fight to make sure it's in the zone. That's a great take right there.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. So striding forward now, Austin Hayes. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. Barring any late turnaround, the win would belong to John Lester. And this is swung on and missed. So now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
Oh, I love facing pitchers like this. He's leaving nothing to the imagination. Coming to get him some.
Baltimore down to their final strike. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, a great win for these guys as they wrap up another one. But a little bit of a sour note, though. Everyone has to head home, get on those computers, and get those taxes out before midnight.
And this evening's contest comes to a close. 5-3 the final. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. John Lester wins his 3rd of the season. Cole Stewart was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. Craig Kimbrell records the save, his 8th of the season. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Orioles, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 57 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.